Hello, everyone. I'm Jana with Simple Stories, where we love to help you to share your story simply. We have been having a 6x8 paper pad series for the past several weeks, and I'm so excited about today's episode or segment, if you want to call it that, because we are going to talk about one of my absolute favorite things, and that is all of our snap albums. In fact, as I was gathering projects to show you this week and thinking of how I wanted to talk about these in conjunction with our 6x8 paper pads, I had so much to tell you that I decided to split it up into 2 weeks. And so today we're going to do part one, so to speak, but I thought next week we could do a part two where we talk about how we can use these 6x8 pads with our snap albums to do travel projects, right? Our travel albums that are coming up this summer, because I'll be heading out on a trip. And so I think we should get set up for summer and start planning for our trips. Hello to everyone out there. Gosh, I have a lot of comments. Oh my gosh, thanks for saying hi. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Sarah. Hi, B. Hi, Natalie, Krista, Kevin, Kim, Kathy, Terry. So great to see you. Thank you so much for jumping on. Okay, so last week we were doing our banner, and I told you all about these fantastic projects that we had coming up from some of our designers that are currently being offered as classes in the retailer stores. And I was going to show them to you at the end, and then I completely spaced it. But it worked out because we are going to be talking about albums today. So we are going to do a little bit of show and tell and show you those as well. Now, before we get into it, if you're having buyer's remorse from National Scrapbook Day, right? There were all those fantastic codes going on, including our website. Well, guess what? I'm not supposed to tell you, but we have a code going on this weekend. This weekend, we are participating in an event tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the Shop and Show live page. This is a page that you can go request to be a member of. It's free it's just a Facebook page that you can hop on, but we are offering a store code. It's a 20% off code for this weekend because we are part of that Shop and Show event. So I'm going to tell you about it a little early. The code is store20. And oh gosh, I know Kevin's on. He told me when it expired and I forgot to write it down. Kevin, hop on and tell us. I have it on my phone, but my phone's being used. So sorry about that. But I think I'll come back and write it in here and he'll probably hop on and tell us. I want to say the 26th or 28th. I don't know. But anyway, take advantage of that store 20 code, but also come join us on the page. We have a brand new warehouse box that is in our store right now. And yes, you even get 20% off the warehouse box. And Kevin will be showing it as part of our presentation tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So come and join us. We'd love to have you. I will also be doing a make and take. So yes, come join us. I'm glad you guys are excited about that. Okay, so we're going to be looking at some projects. Let me look at my notes really quick, see if I forget any other little announcements. Okay, we're good. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our desktop. And even though we're talking about albums today, I do have some layouts to show you as well. So these are some gorgeous layouts that designer Becky Adams created for our retailer classes using the Celebrate collection. Super, super cute. So if you have a local scrapbook store that offers our classes, check out this class at that store. And if they're not offering them, have them call us and check it out because it's a really easy program for them to be a part of. So here is the other layout. And typically our layout classes have 2 double page layouts, but Becky was so awesome. She had some stuff left over. So she actually created a bonus single page layout for this class. So this is the gorgeous Celebrate collection that is in stores now. And this is the retailer class that is being offered through all of your favorite retailers. Be sure to check that out. Okay, as you can see on my desk, I have some more classes, and this is going to kick off our talk about using 6x8 paper pads in conjunction with our albums, our snap albums. Now, when we talk about our snap albums, we typically think of these 3-ring binders, but it's actually a whole program that includes our chipboard binders, our designer binders, and then our Flipbooks. So these are our snap Flipbooks. They come in 2 different sizes. We have a 6x8 size that we're going to be working on a bit later. We also have a 4x6 size. And then our snap binders come in 2 different types. They both are a 6x8 size. One is a chipboard album. You can see the chipboard base right here. And then we have several of these linen edges in different colors. And then we have our designer binders, which are a striped binder with this darling polka dot inside. And now this one does not come with page pockets, so you will need to purchase those to go along with it. This one does come with page pockets as well as these chipboard dividers. And guys, you have that store 20 thing. So if that store 20 code, so if you're itching to try them out, please go buy some, go pick them up, stock up. I mean, these are basics you can use all the time. Now, our designer binders, I wanted to tell you, were the reason they don't come with page pockets is because they were initially designed when we had a planner program. And so this was designed as a storage binder for that planner program, but you could also use it to store your crafty supplies. And so that's what this project is, this class that's offered at your retailer class. It's actually a storage binder. And so I love this. This was designed by Sue Kendall, who works in our office. And so let's go through this one first. It's using the Let's Get Crafty collection, and it's also available in stores right now. Let me see if anyone has. Okay, so Kristen has a question for me. She says, can you post the link to Shop and Show? So the Shop and Show, I can't post a link while I'm live, but I will come back and post a link to it. It's a Facebook group. So just search Shop and Show and it should hopefully pop up for you. But yes, I will post a link later. In fact, let me write myself a quick note so I don't forget to do that later on after we are not live anymore, okay? Oh, thank you, Donna. She said she scrap lifted out my crafty layout from a couple weeks ago. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. I'm just scanning to see if there's any other questions. You guys, thanks so much. It's so fun to have so many of you on. All right, so this is our designer binder that Sue used the 6x8 paper pad with, along with some color vibe cardstocks and of course some cut apart cards and some embellishments to create this adorable storage binder. It's perfect to store your stencils and all kinds of other type of products. I think this would be so fun to take to a crop where you kind of want to take a sampling of your stamps and your stencils and all those kinds of things. But it's also one of those projects that you don't have to use it as a storage binder. You could just use it as an album. Like, it is so cute. So I'm going to flip through and show you all the different pieces. And you're going to see throughout the album how our 6x8 paper pad just fits perfectly. And of course, we were the first to bring the 6x8 albums onto the market. And so we brought out our 6x8 pads. So we have these perfect size papers to go right in here. So here Sue has used one of the 4x6 element cards along with the 6x8 paper to create this darling pocket in the front. This is where you could throw in some pictures, maybe some notes, maybe you have some business cards you want to keep handy if you're going to a crop, that kind of a thing. Here is another 6x8 full sheet that she's used in this pocket, and then she's put a title over it. So I love this one. It looks like our IKEA shelves, right? Our Calyx units with all of our fun things all stored in there. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Rosa. Great to have you here from Italy. And I see Smiley Cindy on as well. All right, so these pages are very basic because it's meant to be a storage binder, but I know you guys are creative and can imagine this for all kinds of things. So I'm going to pull out the products that she's just kind of tucked in here to show you how this works as a storage binder. So here she has some clear acrylic stamps in here, really, really cute. She's used our tags kind of as tabs on the top edge. Isn't that darling? And then she has some of the stickers on the front of the pocket page so that when your supplies are inside, you still have that cute embellishing going on, which I super, super love. So let's just keep flipping through this. Darling, hello craft room. This Let's Get Crafty collection. Oh my gosh, if you don't have it yet, you need to snag it. Okay, so she's used one of our vertical 4x6 pocket pages in here to hold some enamel dots. Like, look how cute. So here, like I mentioned, if you're going to a crop, you could just tuck some enamel dots in there. You can tuck a few stamp sets in there. And I know you're already thinking of ideas as well. So we'll just keep flipping through this. I'll show you like where she's tucked some stickers on the front of the pocket pages. And then again, you could just put all of your fun crafty photos in here. So she's put a little set of dies that go with one of the stamp sets in there. So she's got that nice and handy. Here's another one of those vertical pocket pages that you could put in more enamel dots in there, or even just some cute pictures of you and your friends. We all have our, well, maybe not all of us, but you know, we take along our portable printer with us when we go to a crop. So how cute to have a group shot with your friends or a fun selfie, and then you add that in here. You could have your friends sign it as you're creating this album as well. So really cute project. Here she has taken 2 of those 6x8 papers from the paper pad, and she's adhered them together and to create a large pocket. So of course you could add more items in here, right? In this one, she has a long tag. So, you could write down things that you want to shop for or ink colors that you want to keep an eye out for. Here she's taken some of the tags and actually wrapped it with several different pieces or washi tape, so you don't have to bring all of your washi tape rolls. You just wrap it around one of those tags and you can bring that along with you to the crop as well. Yes, Becky, you're right. This album is darling. I know. I'm dying to make one too. So, all right, let's keep going. Here she shows us how we can put our 6x6 stencils in here. Of course, we have now updated our stencil size to a 6x8 size, but these are some of our 6x6 stencils from long ago. And of course, I know you have 6x6 stencils in your stash. I do for sure. Here's another one of those vertical pocket pages, another stencil. And I love it overlapping on top of the cardstock because you can see that design nice and easy and you know exactly what you have in there. So really cute. I love all the little crafty supplies going on. Here's another stencil in here with some of the button die cuts or stickers over the top. That cute as a button tag. Another little place for a photo or more enamel dots or, what other little gem packs that you might have lying around that you want to take. So don't rule out our 6x8. Don't think that the 6x8 binders are just for memory keeping. You can use them for your storage as well. So all these great fun ideas that Sue put together for us. She's got some washi tape down there. Again, here she's pulled in some of our decorative brads and she's slipped those into the pocket. So again, look how awesome this would be. I love this V-shaped pocket. Now, yes, she has added in some cardstock. So that's great too. You use up your cardstock and create some additional pockets for your projects and just add a couple embellishments on there. We have some more decorative brads in there. So it really does hold a lot, more than you think for sure. This is a cute little pocket. You could put some more washi tape in there or just journal about your crop with your friends. And then I love this stacked pocket here in the back. So that is that first project right there. And I will show you, you saw I didn't have supplies in every single pocket, but look how many things that were in there already, and just to show you as a sample. So really a great idea, a great way to store your things, especially if you're traveling or going to a crop. In fact, Becky says she's going on a road trip soon, and so she'll have to make one. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yes, Patty, it does hold a lot of supplies. You're right. And oh yeah, Marianne's been hoping for an album class. Okay, it says the link isn't for purchasing the Let's Get Crafty. Okay, actually, let me show you our website really quick because I'm thinking you might be going to the wrong section. The Let's Get Crafty collection actually isn't, I don't think it's for sale on our site. The newest collections are available in stores, but not on our site yet. But let me show you real quick. We'll just, while we're in between albums, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you where the sale is at. Okay. So if you, let's see, if you go over to our website, there's a whole row of tabs across the top. I'm guessing that you went into collections. Now the collections is where all of the collections we are have created and are on their way to come out are listed so that you can see all the pictures of everything. Where the store is a few tabs over where it says shop. See right here? Where it has this little drop down menu. So there is a physical store, a digital store, and then some free printables and things like that. So you're going to want to click on store, which is where we are now. And right at the very top, you can see that warehouse box sale. If you click into it, it's going to show you a a sneak peek of what's in this box. And you guys, there's some amazing things. We have our Stars, Stripes, and Sparklers simple set that was out last year. It's so, so cute. We have tons of cottage fields, tons of sun-kissed, all the embellishments for cottage fields. And you can see the list right here on the right of all the things that are included in this amazing warehouse box sale. But of course, there's all the other items here. We have bundles, we have page kits, card kits, color vibe cardstock. There's 5 different pages for you to explore. And of course, our albums that we're talking about today. So be sure to take a look when you get a chance. Again, that's Store 20. And then join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the Shop and Show live page where we will be showing all the contents of that box. Okay, awesome. All right, you ready to see another project? Let's see. I'm going to flip it back over to my desktop. Just looking for some, let's see, how big are the rings in the storage binder? Okay, so the rings in the storage binder, let's go ahead and measure. They are, I believe they're this 1.5. I'm going to grab a ruler. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, so they are the 1.5-inch rings. They are not the 2-inch rings, so they are the 1.5-inch rings, but they do store quite a bit. So really fun. Thank you for your question, Pam. All right, so let's keep going. The next album I have to show you is a darling project by Andrea, and I know Andrea is on, and Becky is on too. So it's fun to show you their projects and have them here to ooh and ah and tell them how cute of a job they did. So for this album, this would be perfect for summer. Our Summer Lovin collection is, look how cute, awesome and chunky that is with all the different places to put photos. So our Summer Lovin collection is all things backyard summer, right? All the things just hanging around town with your family. So I love it. It's about like being in the backyard, playing in the sprinklers and going to the local taco truck and all the, eating the popsicles. So this is a super cute album and I can't wait to show you. Andrea used the 6x8 paper pad all the way throughout. And then she, of course, added in some, there's the chipboard stickers, the cardstock stickers, we have the brads, and then, of course, there's some cut aparts like our tags paper, and then the 3x4 things, 3x4, 4x6, all those elements are in here as well. So right here in the front, look at this cute trim right here. I love that she tucked that right there. She's created this series of 3 pockets. So I love pockets. I just think, actually there's 4 pockets. Oh my goodness. It's so much fun to explore. So she's got this top pocket, this side pocket here, and then she's stacked 3 shorter pockets on front. And you can see that you just tuck some fun things in here. She's got the journal bit with that popsicle shaped journal bit. And it's just so juicy and so happy and bright and fun. All right, so let's go ahead and flip through. You can see the 6x8 paper pad here. All of these papers are from the 6x8 paper pad that you see throughout with the patterns. So right here, she's mixed in some Color Vibe cardstock. Look at this cute spot for all of these photos right here. And then this fun, bright colors. I love the stripes. Becky's saying, now she needs to make 2 albums on her road trip. It's right. I know. I love, in fact, I'm going to talk to you guys about making albums on your road trips and your vacations next week. That's my part 2 for you. Okay, here we have a photo. We have this cute little grouping right here. And here is this journal element. Some of these journal elements had a little ring tab at the top. And I love how Andrea just tucked that in right on the ring. That would be so fun to do with tags and all kinds of things. So here are some more cut aparts and journal elements right here in this fun pocket insert. And Andrea actually used one of the pages that was included in the album and changed it, scored it and cut it, trimmed it shorter to create this smaller page and then folded it to make that pocket. Here's another pocket on the back. She has a fun tag right here, a place to journal, a place with a photo. I just love all the different fun places and all the details that she adds to her work. And you can see how she's popped things up. Of course, if you like a more, slim project, you don't have to pop up your items, but you always have that option, right? We love our foam dots. Okay, this is a fun flip up here that she created with a 4x6 element card. And there's a place for a photo up here and then journaling down here. And then not only do you have this little flip up here, but she's created this door that folds out for for even more photos. So think of like a fun series of photos, like the kids spraying each other with the hose in the backyard or dripping, eating watermelon, right? How cute would that be? Hi, Natalie. Hi, Jen. All right, so here we have this other place for photos. I love this. She's used the 6x8 pad to decorate this chipboard divider right in here. And the dividers don't have to divide anything. Sometimes it's just fun to just have them in there as sort of a texture change as you're working on your project. So, or you just take them out, you know. But here, Andrea's just used them as a page. It doesn't have to be like a section about something. It can just be merely a page. Here she has cut down one of the pages from the album to be this cute little slim journaling spot. So here's a great idea. If you need to add additional journaling about some photos that are happening on your spread, just cut down a smaller piece and just punch it and add it in there. Look at that cute little sun journal bit. Again, she's added a brad to the top, and it's just a fun way to add lots of extra journaling when sometimes we run out of space on our actual layout, right? So we'll just keep going. Here is another one where she's used the back side of the paper as a layout, and then the front side is that great fun big designer page. These 6x8 pages, of course, we call them designer pages, where the design is the full page, like this one here. These are great to not only put in your project, but think about framing them. You could just, they're 6x8, so you could just trim them down a little bit to 5x7 and then add them to your home decor for summer. Last week we made that darling summer banner, you know, and then just fill a couple of 5x, oh, that's getting stuck on the glue there, but see how those tags tuck into that little tuck spot right there in that 4x6 pad. So as I was saying, you could just grab a couple of cheap 5x7 frames and frame those designer pages, and you could even put a couple on top of your mantle with that banner, and you've just got a whole fun ensemble going, all from one 6x8 paper pad. So lots of fun projects. Look how she's trimmed down this page here, and then she has this overhanging photo. So many cute ideas. I love looking at our designers' projects. And then the other piece that she trimmed off, she put over here on the page across from it so that they blend together and that your eye goes across the entire layout. Isn't that awesome? So really, really fun. I love how she just creates these little vignettes. You know, sometimes I don't have to have a million photos. Sometimes I can have a resting spot where I'm just having fun with product, but I can write a little memory, like how cute to say something funny that your kids spouted off while you were, on a drive or something like that. Those are great spots for that, or just to add additional stories. Of course, all these little tags you can add little photos to. Sometimes we have photos like selfies. I don't know about you, but my kids will grab my phone and they will take all of these crazy, weird, obnoxious selfies, and and they make me laugh. And they're not something that I would scrapbook, but I could tuck them on a tag like this, and then like 10 years from now, I've got some blackmail right there in our family album to go, hey, remember when you made all these goofy faces on my phone? And they're right there in this cute album, right there on your coffee table for everyone to see. She's created a little pocket right here behind this photo on this 3x4 card. Super fun with the tag. And then she's placed some of the chipboard stickers on top of the pocket pages. So you have that fun texture to fill. And they stay stuck. You don't have to worry about them falling off, but you can add additional adhesive like a glue dot or something like that if you're worried about it. Here she's layered up some more of the items. Here's a fun photo here. Lots of great places to journal with the journal bits. Here she's taken a journal bit and she's overhung. I don't know what's grammatically correct. My daughter is an English major. She would be cringing right now, but she's used it as a tab to lift this up. And so she's cut a piece of the inside pages to use as a journal spot, but then there's a little place for a photo right here. So how cute to have a fun little story right there. I love the Summer Lovin collection because it's great, again, for summer, but think of like, grandma and grandpa camp, where each week you take the kids for an adventure, even the moms, right? We plan like an adventure each week to keep our kids busy. And then you can work on this book together and put your photos and your memories all in one little spot. Now, this is another album that I just taught to retailers. Not every store has access to this one, but this is because this is an exclusive that we did for a group. But this is one that I made using the Summer Lovin collection. Now, I didn't use the 6x8 pad in this one, but I thought you might like to see it since we're talking about summer projects and the Summer Lovin collection, and of course our flipbooks. Yes, Jen's happy place. We like blackmail, right? B, I'm glad you like the albums. This is fun. And yes, Tiffany, I agree that these are very fun. So I scrap lift our designers all the time because they have such awesome ideas of and you know, that's why we share. That's why we have our blog and why we have our social media, to show you all their fun ideas, so that we can make it easier for you to create your own projects. So here in this album, we've done some fringy grass along the bottom. And then this is just a fun little 4x6 album. But look how many pictures and memories you're going to get in here as we look through it. And this would be perfect to do with the kids. You know, each week, create a little layout and talk about what you did or what you learned. If you're going to the museum, or if you're, you know, doing some fun craft projects in the backyard, maybe you're finger painting or whatever. There's so many fun things we do. Maybe all the different parks that you go on. I know there's some moms in my neighborhood where they have a park schedule where they plan out a different park to go to every single week. And so how cute would it be to take photos at all those different parks with your friends where you're having picnics, you know, with your peanut butter jelly faces and the drippy popsicles, and you're putting them in a cute album like this that you can put out onto your coffee table for years and years to come. So really fun. Now, 4x6 flipbooks come with 10 pocket pages that are the 4x6 size, but you can purchase these 3x4 flipbook pages that fit the 3x4 cards. So they're separate, and they're a great price point. And just look, like sometimes we see these little albums and we think, well, I'm not going to be able to do much with that. But you can see we've added in pocket pages that we've made from pattern paper. And there's just lots and lots of places to tuck memories. Here's a little camping page that we did. And here's some more pockets. So I see that Teresa's asking, how can we get the retailer class info if our retailer does offer them? So you just need to contact them and ask them if they have the Simple Stories classes. If they look at you like, I don't know what you're talking about, they just have them call us. Honestly, it's a program that it's free for access for them. And then they just offer it to you. So it's our way of helping them to offer wonderful classes in their store for you to learn. And of course, we love to share them here so that you know, to go and support our retailers and to buy all these cute projects. So even if you don't do the project, or if they're not offering it, you can just see how darling this collection is in action. And we love to give you all kinds of ideas. So here's another fun pocket. I've washi taped them so they don't slide out. Sometimes as you turn the pages, they have a tendency to, want to move. So I just tucked a little piece of washi tape behind there and then tacked that in there, and that keeps it from moving. So again, a little more flip ups. We've added in enamel dots throughout, and then these cute pockets. Okay, so here we go. Those are 3 projects that I wanted to share with you today, but we are also going to work on a project. Let's see. So Patty is asking, what if we don't have a retailer? So I'm just going to talk to you face for a minute. I know a lot of people want to know, like, where do I get them? So we don't promote any certain store over another just because that would be kind of rude, right? We want to be fair and help everyone. But I know there's people on here who are giving you some suggestions of where they've seen them. They're not only in-person retailers, there's also online retailers that offer them. So be sure to check that out. And I hopefully you guys can help each other. So all right, you guys, thanks for seeing those projects. And now I want to create one with you. I'm just going to show you a little bit of my planning process and how I start one. Because if you've never made an album, sometimes you look at it and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Like that blows my mind. And let me tell you, before I came to Simple Stories, I didn't explore mini albums a lot. Like I liked them, I loved them, but I have grown to fall in love with mini albums. So here's my thinking, how I was before, and I tried mini albums, and here it was after. And so I want to tell you the pros and cons that I have learned, because I'm a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, and I think, okay, I like my pages, I like the room, and I like them all to be consistent. But since I started playing with the 6x8 albums, I love them for like projects like your Christmas albums, your travel albums. Maybe you have a holiday album. Maybe you want to make a recipe album. You've probably seen some of our collections that we do it around recipes. And this would be a great way to do that. In fact, I made my daughter one when she graduated and went off to college. You know, they want all of mom's recipes. And so I used one to make a recipe album for her, to take all of her favorite recipes with her. And of course, it's a little piece of love from mom that she can take with her. And yes, we have our phones. I get it. But you know what? There's something about having a little gift like that from your mom or your grandma that they made with all of those sentimental things inside. So we're actually going to work with the 6x8 flip book. And when you see them at the store, sometimes they look very non-assuming, right? You go, okay, like, what am I going to do with this little thing? It is such a little powerhouse of a project, as you saw a moment ago. So this is how the 4x6 flip books come in the package. And you don't realize it, but there's 10 pocket pages in there all ready for you to go. And same thing with our 6x8. So they are thin, but they actually expand. And I'll show you that mechanism in just a second. So this also comes with 6x8 pocket pages, but in our 6x8 size, there's a variety of styles. So I'm going to show you that. Let me head back to the desk so you can see this. So I know it's hard to see the seams and things. So I don't know how you're going to see that, but I'll just show you the list right here. So there's 10 pocket pages. 3 of them are that full 6x8 size, so the full page. 3 of them will have 2 4x6s stacked on top of each other. 2 of them will have the 3x4 and 4x6s, so like the 2 3x4 on the top and the 4x6 on the bottom. And then 2 of them will have 4 3x4s. Hopefully I'm making sense. All right, I'm going to take a break from talking and look at your comments because I'm stumbling over my words. So Cindy's saying she owns 3 of these albums for Snapbooks and she doesn't know where to start. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. Let's see. Somebody's looking for a retailer in Canada, so if you could help her out. Yes. So Terry's saying that she's a traditional scrapbooker, but she's loved the albums for themes. Yes. Okay. And gifts. Yes. Thank you, Kim. They are fantastic for gifts. So like I said, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I would ever use those, but they are a blast. I'll tell you why, because there's a start and there's a stop. Sometimes with our 12 by 12 layouts, we're like, it's just ongoing, right? Our pictures keep coming and coming and there's not a start and stop. These are such fun little projects because there is a start and a stop. Okay, so I talked about the pocket pages that are included. And of course, you can buy additional ones. And what's awesome about this, look right here on the back. This is like one of those big, giant office brads that you've seen, but it's made all cute for simple stories. It's this giant brad mechanism that opens up so you can move the pages around. You can add your own paper pages like the pockets and things that I showed you before. And of course, you can add more. I added up to 60 of these in here and I filled them with cards. I filled them with pocket cards. I didn't put any embellishments on it because I wanted to see just how many I could put in there. And you guys, these little brads, of course, as you get thicker, right, when you bend them, I can't show you from the side, they're going to get shorter. But I had 60 of them in there. So think of like those huge trips you go on. I like to think of it as like a traveler's album because it has that nice flat profile so that you can take it with you, but it has the flexibility of moving the pages around. Traveler's notebook, I think is what I meant to say. And then you have the protection of the sheet protectors because sometimes you don't want people to put their fingers on your photos. So they are really fun. Okay, one thing I did want to point out is that the pocket pages for the Flipbooks are different than the pocket pages for our other binders. The pocket pages for the Flipbooks have a double gutter. Do you see that with a double seam? That's because it's a clamp type system. You needed that extra gutter. So as you turn the pages, in fact, let me show you the small one. As you turn the pages, so the first gutter is clamped in here, and then the second gutter allows you to turn the pages without crunching or folding your photo. So that's why they're different. So if you are purchasing them with that store 20 code, be sure to get the correct pocket pages, and they are marked on there in the description. So just pay attention to that. Okay, let's see. The Flipbooks are very versatile, says Terry. Yes, you do need the, oh, see, we were on the same little brave wavelength there. I love the idea of doing a trip with this. Yes, so that is what I'm going to show you next week. And let's see, for those looking for a store in Canada. Okay, thank you, Kristen. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so, lots of talking. I told you I was getting all giddy and excited to talk to you guys about this today. Can you feel my crazy energy? Okay, so when I start a project, and this one is our speckle dot, our black speckle dot one that I thought would be so cute with the Let's Get Crafty line. I wanted to use the Let's Get Crafty to scrapbook our photos from the recent trade show that we went to last week. So I printed out all my photos. I used Epson Creative Print to make them all these different sizes. And then I just tucked them in here. I pulled apart all the pages, and then I kind of put them in order. And then this is how I start planning where I'm going to put things. So I'm going to kind of explain it to you. And I know it's on a, let's see, on a clear thing. So I'm going to grab, it's like, I should probably grab, like, I wonder if this would help. Yeah, that helps a little bit. So as I talk about each page, and maybe we'll have time to put a couple of them together. I know I usually go about an hour. We're 35 minutes in. I will explain to you I threw my business card in there because I haven't ever scrapbooked my Simple Stories business card. And so I thought this would be the perfect spot to do that. So I'm going to put it in here. So this is going to kind of be my opening page where we're traveling to our place. And because I use smaller photos, again, I have an Epson PM PictureMate 400 printer, and I use the Epson Creative Print. It's a free app for this printer to resize my photos so that they're smaller so they can fit more than one on this project. So let's see. I just got a note from my streaming service that says they're having trouble streaming to Facebook. So I apologize. It says it looks like that Facebook might be having a problem on their end. That's what the thing is showing me. I hope you can still see me. Can you guys leave me a comment if you can still see me? Or maybe I'm frozen. I don't know. Let me know. Sorry, I'll keep going. So that's going to be my first little page right here. I don't know if I'm frozen. Hold on a second. I'm going to view this. Oh, I'm still on YouTube. YouTube says I'm back. Anyone on Facebook can tell me? I'm so sorry. I'm going to click this real quick. I don't mean to pause our discussion. Yeah, so I got a message from StreamYard that Facebook might be having a problem. All right, I'm just going to keep going since I'm on since I'm okay on YouTube. All right. And hopefully everyone on Facebook will make their way over here. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Or they can watch this on replay. Okay. So there's my first page. I did the smaller photos so that I have room to do some journaling. Oh, before I get into this, I wanted to tell you that on every trip that I go on, I take a little notebook and I write what we do each day. And so that way I know about how much journaling I'm going to need space for in my project. So I also have my ephemera over here, and I'll just keep talking about this as we go. Kim says her internet was messing up. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I can see that our viewership has dropped, and I'm sure Facebook had a problem. And so that's what's happening. Okay, so the next page that I have here is a 3x4 and 4x6 page. And so I like to print my photos on a 5x7 photo. So I get these 3.5x5 photos. They're just smaller, and then that leaves me a little spot to put like a 4x6 card. So because I have this photo, I want to use some really cute pattern paper. How about we just grab one that's in the front? And how cute would it be to fold this in half? I'm just going to kind of go in order of the patterns because they look so cute together. And then I could tuck this in this bottom pocket. Here's my 6x8 paper. And then I can either put my photo on the front and have a story, or I could decorate this up really cute and I could put my photo right here inside. So I have this cute little pop-up thing right here there. I'm like, oh, what's under there, right? Then over on the other side, I might need a spot to journal. So I'm going to grab one of our journal element cards. I cut some of them apart, and I don't know if this is exactly what I'm going to do, but I'll just throw something in there. And I could just tuck one in there. I know I'm going to put a photo here. I can cut down this paper to a 3x4 size because I have a photo over here. So I know 4 is right in half. I can cut it to 3. I could even create another flip up project right here. And I'm just going to start tucking papers in. The beauty of these pocket albums is that I can move everything around later. Like as I'm working, maybe I don't like the colors together, but I'm at least starting so I can start to get a base to work from. Okay, so that's my next page. All right, Becky, thanks. I was saying to everyone earlier that I got a message from Facebook that they had an issue on the Facebook end. That's what StreamYard told us. Sorry, Kristen, that you can't find it. So it might have ended it, but I'm just going to keep going since we're on YouTube, and hopefully everybody will find it. And then maybe I'll post the replay on Facebook. Who knows? Maybe it will connect again. Streaming can be so weird sometimes. Okay, so over here I have 2 smaller photos that I put side by side, and I'm going to leave a little spot to talk about those. I have a 3x4 photo. Now you would think I would put 3x4 pockets in here, but I knew I wanted some journaling. And so I thought, here's a spot I can use just my 4x6 papers, right? I can just cut these down to 4x6. In fact, I'll just go ahead and use this one that's right here and tuck that in there. And then I've got some spots to put some embellishing. And then here's this darling large sheet that I'm going to hang on to for a second. I love that mat. I think I want to use that on the cover, but let's just grab another one. Let's see, what do I want to put with that floral? What if we cut this one in half? Sorry, I'm trying to tear this out. I'm all like excited and I'm afraid I'm going to rip that. So in fact, I did that last week. Like I was pulling on it so hard, I just ripped it right in half. So sometimes you just got to work it out. Okay, so we'll add this to the top. So I know I can add journaling here, and now I keep going. I can use the other side for these photos because they're super cute patterns, and I like the way those look together, so I can just keep moving along. The next one is the 3x4, so the 4 3x4s. So I have some full-size photos in there. So right here, I could either tuck, in fact, let's go ahead. I have this one that I cut earlier. Let's just tuck one of those in here. And then on the other side, I'm going to grab a 3x4 card. So I kept these intact so they wouldn't be all over the place. But let's just grab like that cute orange one would be fun. So let's just trim this out really quick. And you can see how these albums just start coming together so fast. Another thing I could do is I can have a card on this side, and then when I flip it over, I can have a picture on the other side. So in fact, there's a smaller photo there. So I need some pattern there. So let's grab, we have this one that we cut down already. Let's just cut this one to a 3x4. And then we'll just tuck that one in here. Okay, so right now I'm just planning. I'm just sort of sticking papers in and just starting the base of my project. So So the next one, it is another 3x4. Now I have a really fun idea with this one. So what I actually plan to do, and I'll go ahead and do it, is I'm going to cut down this 3x4 page so that I have a half page. So I'll just cut inside or outside that seam so it doesn't come apart. And I'll just cut right along there. And now I have this cute little half page in my book. All right, so let's tuck some patterns in there. I have the orange one on that side, so I'm going to wait on that one. I'm going to spread out some more colors. So in here, I have these pocket cards. So let's use a couple of those from the 6x8 pad. I feel so bad we lost our Facebook feed. Sorry, Facebook friends. Come find us on YouTube. I know you can't hear me, but I hope you come. Maybe someone could pop over and make a comment and let them know we're still going on YouTube. Okay, so I love this You Color My Life. Let's tuck this right here. I'll use the other side for the pattern. And then let's cut another pattern one to use for the other side. So here's some fun colors. Let's see what that one is, and let's see what this one is. Ooh, I love this one. Let's do this one. Oh, thanks, Becky. You know what? I just have to start. Like, she's saying you're fast, Jana. I'm not really that fast. Just what happens is this is how I start. So I will just tuck in all these papers and just, sometimes we just got to start cutting or else we'll second guess ourselves the entire time. So if I just start putting patterns in, then as I go to work on each little spread, if I want to change my mind, if I don't like how it's coming together, I can just make those adjustments as I work. But at least I have a starting point, I'm not just staring at a blank page. And so this will gets me going and gets me moving and starts forcing me to make some decisions. So let's see here. We've got some cute patterns. I love that one. I'm trying to decide if I want green on both sides. Let's go for it. So let's just cut that down. Again, I could do another flip up, another little folded piece if I want. You're right. Starting is the hardest part yet. Great. I see Becky went and made a comment over there. So thank you for doing that, Becky. The comments are still showing up on my side, but I know the feed isn't showing up. So there's the other side. And then, we can start on these little pattern sections. I'm just going to show you a quick example because I wanted to decorate a couple pages, but this might get too long for that. So we'll just put the papers in. So I can grab one of our cute journal elements. Let's see which one would be fun. And I can just tuck that in. So I'm like, okay, that would be fun to just start layering or tucking some things in there. Another fun thing to do is our tags. So our tags are a little more narrow than our pocket pages. So you can put like there's 5 across instead of 4 across. So you can put in one of these 3x4 papers, but then you can tuck in a tag and have that be a little pull out like journaling spot right there. So there we go with that. Now we're on to our next page. And this is a 6x8 page. So I always put a 6x8 page at the end as well. So I wanted to use one of those designer pages and I loved this one. I got to use this one. So I'm going to flip it around this way. So I have the pattern on this side. I have my photos right here. This was a bush that was outside of the convention center and it looked like Alice in Wonderland. Like I'm from Utah. We don't have plants like this here. And I was like, oh my gosh, and it was a tree. Like it was 12 feet high. So if you're from Florida, you probably know what that is, but I was just stunned. It was beautiful. Okay, so there's my album. There's the starts of my album. Now I have a few pocket pages left over. I can use these for another project. This is also what's great about the Flipbooks and especially the Flipbooks is if you have a smaller project like this, you don't feel the need or the obligation, I guess would be a better word, to make this whole ring binder, right? Sometimes we get these ring binders and I'm like, oh, I don't, I want to do an occasion, but I don't have like tons and tons of photos. That's where you can grab a Flipbook and you can just make a smaller project, just a fun little Flipbook with just your trade show pictures. So that's the start to my album. Of course, I will come back and I will embellish and work on it some more. And maybe I'll do that in the coming weeks and then show that to you. I know that I do want to put this paper. I love this pink craft mat right there on my cover. I also had the thought to use the page pieces to create my cover. So let's just pretend we're making it real quick. And I'll just make a quick vignette and I'll be watching for questions. Let's see, I have one from Shannon. She says, how do you know what colors are in the color vibe bundles? Okay, so if you go to our website, it will tell you, I think it should tell you, maybe it doesn't. Let me go look real quick. Let's look together. We're going to take a little side journey together. So let's go over and I'm looking at my screen and I'm going to click on one of the cardstock kits. So you're right. It doesn't say what colors. That is a suggestion that we need to tell our team. So let me go over to collections. That was in the store. Let me go into collections and see if it says on that side, because maybe it does. Let's click on one. It doesn't. Okay. I am so grateful you said that. I think down here, do you see how it's saying coordinating products? It's linking those. So I'm so glad you mentioned that, Shannon. I'm going to suggest that to our team that we need to add that to our descriptions. That was an awesome, awesome suggestion. So let's see. I will tell you what. There is an online catalog that has all of the color vibe in it, and I will link it up for you. I can't put a link right now while I'm live, but I will come back and put a link with our catalog. Usually it's just linked up for our retailers, but that way you can see and know what colors are in there. So I'm glad you found that out. Sometimes as you're setting up products on a page, you're just like in a hurry to get everything up on the page, right? And you don't think through those details. So that is a really important detail. And I will suggest that to our team to add that. Okay, I'm working on my project down here. I'll keep me on the screen just so we can kind of talk to each other. So here I've got the page pieces, and the page pieces have a larger scale to them, which is great. So here I can just start making a little vignette. Maybe I can use this journal spot as, to say the, NAMTA Creativation 2022. And then I can use all my cute little things. Those are both pink, so maybe I'll pick something else like this pencil cup to layer together. And then I can add like a couple of buttons in here, these little paper buttons, something like that. Oh, look at these scissors. That would be cute right there. And then I could do something up here. I usually like to wrap my books with a twine or something. And so I usually have a button or a bow in the top left corner. So I tend to leave this spot a little empty for the bow. But of course, if you don't want a bow, you could add some other things up here. Like this would actually be cute even if you have a bow. Just add some flowers. We could do a couple of these hearts. So this is the page pieces that I'm using for the cover. And then I will have all my memories inside. I did 2 of the buttons over there. Oh, that's a pink one. Let's trade one of these. Let's put the green one on this side. And I like how this is looking. I'm going to take a picture and then adhere it off camera. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me? I'm going to give you a sneak peek about what I'm going to show you next week. I told you that I'm leaving on a vacation. So next week we'll do another live, and then I'm going to have 2 weeks off because I'm going on a cruise. I'm going to Alaska with my family. We actually planned it last year when my daughter graduated. We always let our kids pick a vacation. That's kind of like our big celebration that they graduated. So we let them pick the vacation when they graduate, not every year. Of course not. Like we don't go on big, huge, massive cruises every year. But so we had scheduled to go on a cruise for her graduation. And of course it got canceled. And so we finally are able to go this year. And so we're leaving on a Friday and then we like get back on a Friday. So it like straddles our lives perfectly. So I will be off for 2 weeks. But let me go ahead and give you a little sneak peek of what we'll be talking about. And then I will try and work on this and have it to come show you later in the year. Before we do that, you know what I forgot to share that I thought you might think would be fun is we made a little video about our NAMTA what we did there with a little slide, like all our pictures and stuff. So I'll show that while I pull in my other projects to sneak peek. So let me play that for you. It's only like a minute. And then I will be back with our sneak peek into what we're talking about next week. Here you go. Yes, you're right, Smiley Cindy. We do. It takes a lot of work to go to the trade shows, but we have so much fun. I have the best coworkers. I really do. We rent a house together when we go, and we watch movies and hang out. We have such a great time. So thankfully, I work with such wonderful people where when we go on trips like that, we don't get sick of each other. We actually have a lot of fun and we bond a lot. So thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Okay, so to round out our day, I'm sorry we didn't get to do a lot of creating today. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing how I start planning a project and then also the flip throughs of all those cute classes. But let me show you what we're going to talk about next week. So I mentioned that when I went on our trip to NAMTA that I take along like a little notebook and I just write what happens each day. And that way I have my journaling all ready. Journaling is kind of my least favorite part of creating a project. I know that's terrible to say, but me personally, I just love the fun crafty part. So I try to do little tricks like this where I get the journaling done ahead of time and then I can just have fun playing. So that's where I pulled my journaling in for that. So as I get ready to go on this Alaskan cruise, I'm going to be doing that same thing. And I'm going to show you some projects that I've made in the past where I've done my journaling and how it has translated into a project. So these are some older collections that are no longer available. I hope that won't bother you, but you know, you can always find a fun summary one, especially like our cute Summer Lovin one, right? And then we have one, this is an older collection called Great Escape, but we have one coming out this year that's very similar to this called Lakeside. So hopefully that will be fun for you to see. And then I'm going to show you how I create some of my own little traveler's notebooks. That's just one that was pre-done. This is one I made with pattern paper. I'm going to show you how I decorate them. And sometimes, I don't always do the notebooks. Sometimes I do a little traveler's notebook, and then I make it into an album later. But if I don't get to the album right away, for example, this is the trip for this album. So I even take a little printer and print off photos, but I wanted it to be more of a showcase because I super loved this trip. So you can see how big and chunky with all the pictures printed big and all of my journaling are together. So this is my favorite way to scrapbook. Of course, this is fun too if you're scrapbooking on the go. And then if you don't get to these projects right away, you have everything already kind of ready to go when you are ready to do your project. So we're going to go into detail with that. I hope you'll be excited to see that. And then we will, I'll get ready for Alaska. And then maybe when I get back, that will give me some motivation to get it done and show you my finished project, right? Okay, I'm going to scan and see if we have any questions. Again, I'm sorry to our Facebook friends who got kicked off. I'm glad for those of you who came over and found us on YouTube. Hopefully this replay will be available in both places. The great thing about StreamYard is it does record it, and so I can upload it to Facebook, so I can do that. Okay, oh, thank you. Deborah, you're saying have a great vacation. Thank you so much. Becky's saying that's going to be a fun video. Teresa says so fun. Thank you. Okay, so now before I go, don't forget, tomorrow morning, if you want to join us on the Shop and Show Facebook page, we're going to be showing our bundle, which is over on our website. And you can go ahead and I believe, I'm not exactly sure if that code is live now. I'm sure it is. But it's good through next week, I believe. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, Kevin. I forgot to write that down. It's on my text in my phone, which is right here. But anyway, so go and shop and use that store 20. Grab some Flipbooks, grab some binders, get ready for your vacation as well. Okay, and so that's store 20. And then I want to talk to you about the next time we go live, which will be next week. So I am going to do a time change on you. I hope that's okay. I'm going to move it to 4 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. So I always schedule it, so you should get a little notification if you're following us on either our YouTube page or our Facebook page. So follow us. That's a great reason to follow us. So time change next week, 4 p.m. And I'm actually going to do that going forward, and I'll tell you why. I always start at 2 p.m. and that's like my daughter gets off of school 2:20. I know school ends soon, but then she has to be to work at 3. So I'm like, I don't know why I picked 2 o'clock p.m. and I'm not around to like help her get places. So my other kids have been helping her, but sometimes it's been a bit of a scramble. So I'm changing it for selfish reasons, and I'm sorry about that. But meet me next week. We'll talk about the books, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks, and then we'll meet back together. You guys, I hope you've had fun. I love hanging out with you each Friday. It gets me motivated to do some creating over the weekend. I hope it does for you too. I hope it gives you ideas. I hope that it helps you to feel inspired to continue on your journey of sharing your story simply with Simple Stories products. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see you next week. Bye.